her daughter is named after poop. My sister-in-law Brittany has been copying me since the day I started dating her brother. When I got engaged with a sapphire ring, she suddenly decided sapphires were her favorite gemstone. When I planned a beach wedding with Dusty Rose bridesmaid dresses, she announced her wedding would be beach-themed with Dusty Rose accents, scheduled 2 months before mine. When I mentioned wanting to honeymoon in Greece, she booked Greece and posted about it constantly so everyone would think I copied her. It's exhausting, but I learned to live with it. Then I got pregnant. Brittany was 6 months ahead of me, already showing, already obsessed with nursery themes and baby registries. At a family dinner, she cornered me and demanded to know what names I was considering. I knew exactly what she was doing. Whatever I said, she'd steal. So I decided to give her something worth stealing. I looked around like I was checking for eavesdroppers. I leaned in close. I whispered, I probably shouldn't tell you because I don't want anyone to take it, but I'm completely in love with the name Milena. It sounds so musical and elegant, like a Greek goddess or a princess. Brittany's eyes lit up with that hungry look I'd seen 100 times before. Milena, she repeated slowly. That is pretty. I made her promise not to tell anyone. I said I'd be devastated if someone used it before me. I really sold it. 3 weeks later, Brittany gave birth to a baby girl. The Facebook announcement was immediate and obnoxious. A photo of the baby in a pink blanket with flowery text, "Welcome to the world, Milena Rose, our perfect princess has arrived." She tagged the entire family. She tagged me specifically. The caption included a smug little note about how she'd fallen in love with this beautiful name and just knew it was perfect. I waited. I liked the post. I commented with a simple heart emoji. I bided my time. 2 weeks later, at the family gathering to celebrate the baby, everyone was passing Milena around and cooing over her. Brittany was basking in the attention, talking about how unique and special the name was. That's when I made my move. I was holding a glass of wine, standing near the dessert table, when Brittany's mother-in-law asked me if I was still considering Milena for my own baby. I shook my head with a practiced look of innocent confusion. Oh no, I could never use it now that Brittany chose it. But honestly, I'm kind of relieved. I did more research and discovered what it actually means. Brittany looked up sharply. What do you mean, what it means? I pulled out my phone and opened a medical dictionary website I'd bookmarked for this exact moment. Milena, I read aloud. Noun, medical terminology. Black, tarry feces containing digested blood, typically resulting from gastrointestinal bleeding, often described as having a distinctive foul odor. The room went silent. Brittany's face cycled through confusion, disbelief, and horror in about 3 seconds. You're lying, she said. Her mother-in-law was already typing into her phone. Oh my God, she whispered. It's real. It's on WebMD. Someone else Googled it, then another person. Within 60 seconds, half the room was staring at their screens reading about bloody stool while holding a baby named after it. Brittany started screaming at me. She called me a monster. She demanded to know how I could do this to her child. I took a sip of my wine. Brittany, I mentioned a name I was considering. You're the one who stole it without doing 5 seconds of research. That's not my fault. She tried to argue that I'd tricked her on purpose. I reminded her that I'd asked her to keep it secret and not use it. She was the one who couldn't resist taking something that wasn't hers. The birth certificate was already signed. In our state, you have to petition the court and pay fees to legally change a baby's name. It's a whole process. Brittany spent the next 3 months trying to get everyone to call the baby by her middle name, Rose, instead. It hasn't really worked. The family still slips up constantly. I gave birth to my daughter 2 months later. Her name is Ivy. Simple, beautiful, and medically meaningless. Brittany hasn't spoken to me since the dinner. The rest of the family thinks I'm either a genius or a sociopath, depending on who you ask. I prefer to think of myself as someone who finally stopped letting a bully walk all over me. She wanted to steal my baby name so badly, she got exactly what she deserved. Every time someone asks about little Milena's name, I hope Brittany remembers that some things aren't worth copying. My sister